Christmas Eve, 1945, marked the beginning of one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries, a case that would captivate and baffle investigators for decades, leaving a family in perpetual anguish and a community forever changed by the events of that fateful night. The Sodder family home in Fayetteville, West Virginia, was full of warmth and life on that Christmas Eve. 10 children filled the house with laughter, and the festive glow of lights adorned the Christmas tree, creating a picture of domestic bliss and holiday cheer. It was a scene of typical American family life, soon to be shattered. But just after midnight, the tranquility was brutally interrupted. Flames tore through the house with terrifying speed and intensity, transforming the joyous atmosphere into one of sheer terror and chaos. The fire, which started in the basement, quickly engulfed the structure, trapping those inside. The parents, George and Jenny Sodder, managed to escape the inferno with 4 of their children. However, their desperate attempts to rescue the remaining 5 children were tragically thwarted, as the raging fire made it impossible to reach them upstairs. The horror of leaving their children behind would haunt them forever. Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, these 5 names would forever be etched into the annals of a tragic and perplexing mystery. Their disappearance from the burning home would become the central enigma, fueling a lifelong search by their parents and captivating the nation with its unanswered questions. In a desperate attempt to save his children, George Sodder smashed a window, cutting his arm in the process. Yet, the ladder he always kept outside, readily available for such emergencies, was mysteriously gone. This inexplicable absence was one of the first unsettling clues that something was terribly wrong, beyond a simple accident. Further compounding the family's nightmare, George's truck, which he intended to use to get help, wouldn't start. To make matters worse, the phone lines to their home were found to be cut, effectively hindering any immediate communication with emergency services and delaying crucial assistance. These deliberate acts suggested foul play. By the time help finally arrived, hours after the fire began, the once vibrant Sodder family home was utterly destroyed. It was reduced to nothing more than a smoldering ruin, a pile of ashes and debris, leaving behind a desolate landscape where a family's dreams had once stood. The scene was one of utter devastation. When dawn broke, casting a pale light over the destruction, firefighters meticulously sifted through the charred remains of the house. Despite their thorough search, no bones were found, no trace of the missing children. This absence of human remains was a critical and deeply perplexing detail that defied conventional understanding of house fires. Authorities quickly declared the cause of the fire to be faulty electrical wiring, a conclusion that George Sodder vehemently disputed. He had recently had the wiring inspected and found no issues, making the official explanation highly suspicious to him and his family. This disagreement marked the beginning of their long quest for truth. George's skepticism was rooted in more than just the wiring. He had recently clashed with the power company over an issue, and he was known for openly arguing politics, particularly his anti-Mussolini stance, within his small, close-knit Italian immigrant community. These tensions raised questions about potential motives for arson or abduction. As the Sodders began their own investigation, they uncovered unsettling clues that contradicted the official narrative. They found that the fuse box, supposedly the source of the electrical fire, had not shorted out and was completely intact, directly challenging the authorities' conclusion about the fire's origin. Another crucial piece of evidence was the discovery that the phone line to their home had been cut with a knife, not burned through by the fire. This detail strongly suggested deliberate sabotage, indicating that someone had intentionally isolated the family and prevented them from calling for help, deepening the mystery surrounding the fire. Further adding to the perplexing circumstances, the ladder that was missing from its usual spot by the house was later discovered far from the property, discarded down a steep embankment. Its deliberate removal and placement in such an obscure location further fueled suspicions of premeditated actions and a cover-up. Then came the strangest and most tantalizing evidence of all. A woman claimed she had seen 4 of the Sodder children at a motel in Charleston, West Virginia, just days after the fire. This sighting, if true, would mean the children had survived the blaze and were alive, igniting a new hope and a new direction for the investigation. Other reports soon followed, with individuals claiming to have seen the Sodder children with Italian-speaking adults in another state, possibly Florida. These sightings, though unconfirmed, fueled the growing abduction theories, suggesting that the children might have been taken as part of a larger, more sinister plot, perhaps related to George's political views. Driven by an unwavering determination to find his children, George Sodder took a drastic step. He erected a large billboard on Route 16, a prominent highway, emblazoned with the heartbreaking message, "5 children missing. Help US find them." This public plea became a symbol of his enduring hope and desperation. For decades, that billboard stood as a silent sentinel by the highway, a constant, weathered plea for information. It endured countless seasons, battered by rain, snow, and sun, yet it remained a testament to the Sodder family's unwavering hope and their refusal to give up on their missing children, becoming a local landmark. The Sodders exhausted every possible avenue in their relentless search. They hired private detectives, wrote numerous letters to the FBI, and pursued every lead, no matter how small or improbable. Their dedication to uncovering the truth about their children's fate was absolute, consuming their lives for many years. Years later, in 1968, a new and astonishing development occurred. The Sodders received a strange photograph in the mail, a man in his 20s who bore an uncanny resemblance to their missing son, Louis. This unexpected image reignited their hopes and provided a tangible, albeit mysterious, clue after years of silence. The photograph itself was unsigned, adding to its enigmatic nature. On the back, a cryptic message was scrawled, "Louis Sodder. I love Brother Frankie. Illo boys." A 90132 or 35. This message, seemingly from Louis himself, offered a tantalizing but ultimately frustrating piece of the puzzle, leaving the family with more questions than answers. Despite this tantalizing clue, the trail once again went cold. The family's hopes were dashed as further investigation yielded no concrete results, leaving them with more questions than answers. The mystery of the photograph and its sender remained unsolved, adding another layer of complexity to an already perplexing case. In the wake of the tragedy, a new house was eventually rebuilt on the original foundation, a new structure on old ground. Yet, despite the physical rebuilding, the emotional wounds remained, and the answers about the missing children never came, leaving an enduring void in the family's life and a haunting presence on the property. Some theories suggest that the fire was not an accident, but a deliberate act, meant either as a warning to George Sodder or as a cover-up for a planned abduction. These theories propose that the children were taken from the house before or during the fire, implying a sinister plot rather than a tragic accident. Conversely, others argue that the intense heat of the fire simply destroyed all evidence, including the children's remains, leaving nothing behind. They believe that the family's profound grief, coupled with the unusual circumstances, transformed a tragic accident into an enduring mystery, fueled by speculation and hope. However, even experts in forensic science and fire investigation admit a crucial point. Human bones do not vanish completely in typical house fires. While they may be severely damaged or fragmented, some trace of skeletal remains should almost always be found, making the complete absence of the Sodder children's bones highly unusual and suspicious. Jenny Sodder, heartbroken but resolute, continued her vigil for decades. She slept beside the family billboard until her death in 1989, patiently waiting for a knock on the door, a phone call, or any sign that her children were alive. But the knock never came, and the mystery remained unsolved during her lifetime. And somewhere, perhaps, the names Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty still echo through time. Their story remains a poignant reminder of a family's enduring love and loss, forever trapped between the harsh realities of life, the profound sorrow of their disappearance, and the enduring legend of their unsolved fate. No remains were ever found. No definitive answers were ever provided. The mystery of the Sodder children's disappearance continues to burn brightly, a cold case that still captivates and confounds, leaving a legacy of unanswered questions and a family forever marked by tragedy. This is Truth in the Shadows, where real history haunts forever, and some mysteries refuse to be extinguished, continuing to intrigue and perplex generations with their unresolved narratives and lingering questions.